pulled up here, and it's called Two Old Guys at the Pool. Okay, gotta make sure my file's open here correctly. If you'll give me a minute. Okay, here we go. Two elderly guys were talking at our 55-plus community pool yesterday. It's common knowledge that hearing aids cannot be worn underwater, especially if the hearing aids were purchased from Costco, or even worse, if they're the ones from the VA. So it was easy to hear their conversation. As you all know, I'm very shy and always sit quietly at the pool, minding my own business. But these two distinguished gentlemen were talking so loudly, I am surprised an official noise complaint wasn't issued on our blog, followed by a million negative responses. Shocked that no one posted this here. Well, if no one is going to make an official homeowners association complaint on the blog, I must step out of my normal shy self and make my opinion known. Let's see if this official reporting method really yields results. You know this is the only way to get the attention of the board members. Write it in the blog and the board will finally listen, right? So here I am reporting this shocking conversation. Thank goodness my grandchildren were not at the pool. They're all quiet and reserved like their grandmother. The two gentlemen were having a conversation at full volume. I was so shocked by their words. Shocked! Totally shocked. And it was so loud, everyone surely heard it, even over the pool music coming from our clubhouse sound system. The loud and boisterous pickleball players stopped disturbing the pond alligator to listen intently. The dog walker stopped in her tracks, picked up her dog, and ran home. A speeding resident slowed down to 55 miles per hour and rolled down his window. He didn't want to miss a single word. Swerving to miss it, hitting a backflow valve, he struggled to maintain control of his vehicle. Wow, the driver swiped one of those awful trees. Shameful, take down the trees. They're such a hazard. All the people walking on our community streets jumped back on the sidewalk in terror. Above the roaring lawnmowers, this conversation was clear as a bell. Oscar leaned over to prepare to speak to his friend. Thank goodness he didn't say this at full volume. All the mail van drivers would have ceased delivery to the wrong addresses. Anyway, Oscar said, my daughter got married this weekend. Walter replied, that's wonderful. Smiling, he emptied his mimosa glass and reached in his cooler for a can of Ensure and popped the lid open. Oscar said, about time she married this guy. She's been living in sin with her now husband for 10 years. Walter sat up taller and leaned over so he could hear his friend. He added a wine chaser to his Ensure. Oscar increased his volume. He said, I cannot believe the moral decay of our youth. Walter put down his fifth glass of wine, pulled his swim trunks up, and moved closer to catch his friend's every word. Oscar, wanting to help his friend hear, increased the volume of his voice. Yes, this generation will be the moral decay of our world. Our world is going to H.LL in a handbag. I censored that word. I don't want the response complaints about my using curse words to take all the blog's available space in the computer cloud. Besides, you all know a woman like me is too pure of heart to curse. But this is what word he used. He used the word H.LL. I kid you not. Walter refilled his wine glass and slid his deck chair closer. He pulled his compression socks above his knees and then leaned in to hear better. Oscar cranked up the volume again. The library's windows vibrated from his voice and then shattered into a million pieces. I told the decorating committee to replace those windows. No, did they listen to me? No, instead they bought fancy overpriced drapes to cover them up. What a waste. Will I ever be able to afford a $10 increase in my homeowners association fees? Being on a fixed income, it would certainly decrease my standard of living. No more fancy daily dinners at Pier 22, and it would cut my weekly golf games down from 5 to a mere 4. Anyway, back to the conversation. With an increase in Oscar's volume, the community trio stopped their music abruptly. All in attendance grabbed their canes and pushed off to the seats and turned up their hearing aids, except the guys with the VA hearing aids. They took a minute longer. Oscar cranked up the volume again. He didn't want anyone need a chiropractor to align their neck bones after attempting to hear them. Most of them would not be able to drive 2 blocks home and certainly hit one of the terrified community streetwalkers right off the sidewalk if they did. Oscar said, "My daughter married a man. She's been living with him for 10 years. She wore a white dress, and I paid big bucks to buy it. No, the Goodwill dress did not suit her. Cannot understand why. The Goodwill wedding dress was from the designer section of the store. This immoral generation will be the cause of the destruction of any remaining standards of moral fiber. We all need to vote in the next presidential election to save our world from complete moral decay. A federal policy of morality is the only answer to save our country. The churches need to be filled. Certainly the immoral youth of today needs to be saved. All these people sleeping together before they're married. Sinful. I didn't sleep with my wife before we were married. Did you?" He turned his neck over to his friend Walter. Walter, without batting an eye, said, "I don't know." What was her maiden name? Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It's kind of a silly thing. And I continue this blog, and it's getting so in the neighborhood that some people think that Oscar and Walter are real, and they want to know how Walter is and how everything is going. So, guys, don't forget tomorrow, I'll be live, and I'll be reading an actual chapter out of Fading Mirror. Instead of doing something that was cut, you'll be the first to hear a real chapter from the book, and I hope you'll join me. And if not, you can always tune in later or see it on YouTube. Guys, remember to go to the website. Oh, I'm so proud of our son. He upgraded it. You can now, from the website, go to YouTube, go to the Facebook page for Fading Mirror. It's getting really nice. Really turning out really nice. So go up there and see the website and see the work of our boy. He's done a good job. So, guys, I'm so glad that you came tonight. Don't forget, I'll see you tomorrow. And until then, I'm going to send you a big kiss, virtual hug, and say, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys, when I read an actual chapter. Linda Jo Heffner signing out. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 60? Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight.